We've been working on our 67 Camaro. We got the cooling system all squared away. But one thing that you need to do about every 2 years, and that's flush the brake system. And that's true with cars, especially like this, that sit around a lot. They get corrosion built up in there, a little bit of moisture in there. So it's a good idea to flush it, isn't it, Sam?
Right. Brake fluid, you know, is going to be through your whole system. Picks up the metals from the brake system. When it sits, it can hurt your calipers, your wheel cylinders, your master cylinder. So you want to start by first flushing out all the old fluid. Pop the master cylinder top off, suck out what's in the master cylinder, wipe it out, fresh fluid. Open your bleeder screws, and we got it coming out pretty clear right now.
Right. The key here is just the easy way is just let it drain out. It'll take a little while, but just let it drain. That way you don't have any problem. But now we've got all fresh fluid in it. The real challenge is getting the air out of it. We're going to show you how to do that. You know, one of the real tricks of bleeding the brake system is, first of all, get the right brake fluid. What we're using is a .3 fluid, which is for this. This is for drum and disc brakes. Now, the key, though, is to get the air out of the system, because if you don't, what you end up with is a spongy brake pedal. Now, what that's like is it's when you try to compress the brake fluid, you got air in there. That air acts like a spring or a shock absorber, so when you push down on the pedal, it gets spongy.
Spoken by a man that knows what he's talking about. You know, here's the deal. When it comes to brake fluid with air in it, because of the law of physics, air wants to rise in the fluid. When you do it the conventional way, where you normally pump the brake, open the bleeder screw, that fluid's got a long way to travel. You keep pushing the air down. Next to impossible to get it all out. The best way to do it is to bleed it from the wheel cylinder or the caliper back up to the master cylinder. You push the fluid up and the air up.
Now, you know what a mistake a lot of guys make is when they do try to bleed the brakes with pumping on the pedal, they'll push on that pedal too hard. They'll force the air into the brake fluid. They carbonize it, and it'll take forever to get that air out. So this is the simple way to do it.
This is a great tool. This is the Phoenix bleeding system. This Phoenix bleeding system allows you to go, you can do all kinds of bleeding with it, but reverse bleeding works great, particularly if you got one of those little trucks that's got the hydraulic slave cylinder on the release bearing. If you've ever done those, you know how bad they are. You can almost never bleed them out. This will take care of it in 5 minutes.
Let's show them how this works, okay?
Okay. You know, this is such a neat piece of equipment. This one even has a flashlight on top. So when you're working under the car, you got a place where you can see what you're doing in the dark.
And that's handy, too, because there's a lot of times you can barely see in there, even with the good light.
Right. All the adapters come in the kit, everything you need. We set this up. This is going to go to the bleeder screw. I'm going to go down here, and what we've got is a nice little cone that came in the kit. Put it right in the brake fluid bottle, and you got a standpipe you push in there, so we can draw right from the fresh brake fluid container.
Or you can use this too. This will just attach, got a magnet here, so it'll attach anywhere to the frame, so you have like a little bleeder bottle or a fill bottle, depending on how you want to use it. Right. So it makes it a lot easier to use.
Remember, this is all empty now, so there's air in it, so we're going to go ahead and prime it. All you do is squeeze this, and we'll pull the fluid, the fresh fluid, right out of the bottle, and we're going to go ahead and push it right back into this down pipe here, back in the bottle. That way we get all the air out of our gun.
There you go. You're getting close.
Yeah, we got it now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is set this on the ground, hook to our bleeder screw, and then we do that. We just pop this on here. We open the bleeder screw, and then I'll gently take our wrench, open the bleeder screw. I'll gently stroke the trigger, and you want to go real slow. We're going to push all the fluid in there up into the master cylinder. That'll get rid of all the air, and you'll see it actually bubbling in the reservoir.
I think this is a one-man job.
It is.
I'm going to go over and start on the next project.
Okay. So I'm just gently squeezing this. What I'm doing is pushing the brake fluid, the fresh brake fluid from the bottle, up through the lines into the master cylinder. Remember, when we flushed it, we let it go from the top down. If you move the brake fluid in 2 directions, you'll get your best pedal. You want to do this gently, slowly, take your time. Then you close your bleeder screw. When you get in there and step on the pedal, bang, it's going to be rock hard, and you're going to be in great shape. Well, this Phoenix bleeder makes short work of getting all 4 wheels bled. We get in there, we're going to have a great brake pedal. And one of the things I like to do is, after I reverse bleed the brake system, pull this little nipple off the bleeder screw, just crack it, just in case there's any air at the top of the caliper, it'll burp it out. This thing's all set to go. When I get in and step on the brakes, pedal's going to be rock hard, get really good short stopping distances. All right, we've got a lot more ahead of us, so don't go away. We'll be right back on Motorhead Garage.